Hey guys, so this is my review of the Dell Inspiron 155585, and this laptop is currently on sale on the Dell site for $780. It's on sale from $900. So on the build quality, it has a 15.6-inch matte IPS display with, as you can see, slim bezels. The colors are okay. It has a 53% sRGB rating, 240 nits brightness. The viewing angles are decent. The laptop is pretty light. It's about 4 pounds. The build is plastic, but it kind of feels solid, like it's plastic from all over. So this laptop also has a fingerprint scanner. It's pretty fast. As you can see, there are exhaust vents at the bottom, right over here, and then there are 2 speaker grills. For connectivity, the port selection is pretty good. We have a power adapter, USB-C, which supports DisplayPort and power delivery, HDMI port, 2 USB 2.0 ports, a headphone jack, and on the other side we have a wedge-shaped lock, an Ethernet port, a USB 3.1 port, and an SD card reader. Right, so onto the keyboard and mouse. So this keyboard is a backlit keyboard. It has 2 settings. One's bright, one's not as bright, and off, right? So the keyboard it's not the best keyboard, but it has decent feedback and it's pretty tactile. So there's no number pad on this keyboard, so you have like empty space over here. The backlighting is white. The trackpad is made out of plastic. It's pretty good. The size is pretty big and it's pretty responsive. All the gestures work and whatnot. Okay, you can see over here. And for the performance, this has an AMD Ryzen 7 3700U with a Radeon RX Vega 10 graphics. So the thing is that this laptop has good specs, but suffers from harsh thermal throttling. So Dell, I guess they aggressively thermal throttled the laptop after it reaches a certain temperature, and that reduces the performance quite a bit, and sometimes it's even a struggle for even light games. Like on 1080p CSGO, it runs at 60 FPS on medium low settings. Paladin 60F is on very high settings, but thermal throttles, and then like it hovers from 30 to 47. See, I have a bunch of other games. So Mafia 2, 60 FPS on medium settings with thermal throttles and hovers around 30 to 40 FPS. Fortnite, doesn't run really good on this laptop. On the lowest settings, it's like 30 to 40 FPS. League of Legends, however, runs pretty nice. It runs at 60 FPS on max settings. So for Warframe, these are all, well, they're not that high-end games, right? So even Warframe, even though it's an old game, it still struggles sometimes on medium settings, like a 30 FPS to 50. So honestly, the performance is really hindered by the thermal throttling. The laptop should be fine for some light editing. So it has 8 gigs of RAM, but you can only use 6 gigs because right here, see, there's 8 gigs of RAM installed, but you can only use 6 is only available. It's because the graphics card there, the RX Vega 10 graphics, uses 2 gigabytes, so that takes out 2 from your full 8 gigs. Right, and it also has a 256 GB NVMe drive. The issue is it's quite small. As you can see, I only have like a few games installed, and I'm almost filled. So there is a model which does come with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigabytes, but like at $1,200, you're probably better off looking somewhere else. So in this laptop, there's also space for a 2.5-inch hard drive, and the battery life, right? So it has a 42 watt hour battery, which under light usage could last 5 to 6 hours. The estimates are pretty whack. It shows 7 hours, but like you obviously won't get that battery life. Right, so yeah, that's the. So it also has a webcam as well, which performs average. It's not that good. It should be fine for Skype calls and stuff. Yeah, so the verdict is it's a good laptop, but it's ruined by bad thermals, and yeah, it can't achieve the full performance of the Ryzen 7. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.